Good day, Life Guardians. This is Gavin Babulal, the Director of Solution Engineering and Product Development here at Lifeguard Solutions, bringing to you another episode of How Easy Can It Be on Lifeguard Solutions. Today, what we're actually going to be focusing in on are non-conformances and how easy can it be to actually get these reported in, essentially dealt with, and completely triaged, so to speak, within your environment, and all the way through associating corrective and preventative actions and taking a look at some reports and dashboards after. So first things first, what we're actually looking at is our non-conformance inventory. I can see a couple of the non-conformances that I have. At this point, I want to go through and create a brand new one here. And what I'm going to be asked for is a couple of quick pieces of information. So who is it actually being reported by? I can start to specify whether it was a customer complaint or any other type. Again, keep in mind, folks, any of the individual drop-downs at this point are completely user definable by the organization. So it's completely up to you as to how you'd actually like to identify this information. In this case, I can go through and I could start to identify my customer information. So who is actually the individual who came in to say, hey, look, something was wrong. So I'm going to say in this case, the product was not working properly. I'm going to say returned the product and issued a refund. So quick and easy to do. I've input some of my information at this point. I can go through and I can start to initially triage this. So what that actually means is, well, what did I actually do? So in this case, I'm going to say I issued a return. A credit's required at this point. I'm going to say that, well, the part was only $50, so that's all I need to actually put in. I'm going to identify how many of them. Do I need some level of formal customer response? Again, just getting back to the customer, any information that I really need to at this point, but I can go through and I can identify whether an investigation is required at this point and who is actually going to be the person responsible for that investigation. And lastly, at this point, when is my due date? So I'm going to say that it's going to be for the end of the month. Quick and easy to do. I've actually reported this issue in at this point, but instead of taking a look at that one, again, we can see what our individual workflow is, and I can start to push it through the actual process. And we can start to have your automatic notifications that are built into the system automatically sent out to those who actually need to see this information. Now, instead of actually watching me type badly, I'm just going to go to one that I filled out a little further in the process. Again, we could see very similar types of information. We could start to see any of the individual corrective actions that have been identified from the actual investigation itself, and anything that we're actually identifying at this point that needs to be taken care of. Full investigations, full cost analysis, so being able to identify the associated cost of this non-conformances or this non-conformance itself, and all of your associated verification checks. So you've already gone through the process of identifying what the issue is, you've gone through your investigation and identified your primary root cause itself. At this point, what we've started to do is start to associate verification. Let's be sure that this never happens again. So again, you have the built-in verification checks with associated cost as well. What that ends up leading to, grand finale here, is a dashboard very similar to this, where I can start to see my overall total cost of quality. So I can start to see individual items such as my yearly cost, how many non-conformances I've had this month, and my total cost of quality for this month by itself. If I hit refresh here, that new one that I just reported, we'll change this number from a 4 to a 5 as soon as it comes back up. Oh, it looks like we've had a couple more at this point. So we're now at a 7, but I can start to see how all of my individual categorization starts to break down in the system, but really understanding, again, where are my costs coming from? Is it a specific supplier? Is it a specific product? Being able to identify that level of information quickly and easily out of the box with our solution. So folks, that's it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Once again, my name is Gavin Babulal. I am the Director of Solution Engineering here at Lifeguard Solutions. Look forward to talking to you soon. Have a good day, everyone.